Okay, hello everybody. So this is the onboarding session of the Investment Readiness Program, and I'm Ruxandra, co-founder of Babele.
And my name is Manu, also the other co-founder of Babele. Nice meeting you.
So we are happy that there are attendants, and we are going to start, I would say, about now.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Okay, so we're going to be sharing our screen. Guys, let us know if you see properly. So, first of all, the scope of the program. As we explained to everyone already, so we're talking about a 6 weeks online collaborative acceleration program that will include mentorship and peer learning, and that will end up with a visit to all the startups from a committee of investors that are selected by the SDSN. What we can say that is really exciting regarding this program is that we got innovators from 32 countries, we got mentors from 14 countries, and we got lecturers from 7 countries. And one of the reasons why there was so much excitement about this program is, of course, because you guys are working on the Sustainable Development Goals. And so we hope we're really gonna foster and leverage this enthusiasm throughout the program and the following weeks. Regarding the roadmap, you see here the main milestone of the program. It's gonna be split in 3 phases. We're gonna have a defined phase in which we're gonna be working on problem, vision, lean startup methodology, challenges and validation, the hypothesis phase, in which there's going to be an important phase of market testing, in which you're going to try to get as much feedback as possible from stakeholders, and you're going to be providing feedback also to your peer. And then a story 5 phase that is going to prepare you for the meeting with the investor and preparing the investment proposition. We also, I would love to go really quickly through the program modules. So beyond this first onboarding introduction of Babele and the program, we're going to be going through problem, vision, and theory of change. We're going to have lecturers telling us about the SDG framework and explaining the techniques about the lean startup methodology and market segmentation. We're going to go through the challenges of each startup so that we're going to prepare a validation plan that is tailored to the need of each entrepreneur. We're going to start with the market testing and experimentation, review your revenue model and pricing strategy and forecast, as well as marketing and sales strategy. We're going to continue with financial modeling, key metrics, and SDG metrics for impact assessments, developing a strategy and action plan. The last topics are going to be about stakeholders management and partnership, negotiation, pitch training, and finally investment proposition. All these will finish with the investors review and assessment at the end of the 16 weeks. I wanted to tell you very briefly that we're really proud of the dream team of lecturers that have joined voluntarily this program. You have professionals, as I said, from 7 countries, from the Netherlands to the US. You have people that have experience working with NGOs, that are working for the United Nations. You have people that are working for Boston Consulting Groups. And after each lecture, you're going to have the opportunity to have within the platform a reserved space for discussing with the lecturers in case you might have any question regarding his own webinar. So a few words also about us. So we are the founder of Babele, which is going to be the platform that we're going to be using for this program. And if I can explain Babele in a really quick and effective way, I can say that it is an online accelerator for social change, in which we enable different stakeholders to help innovators refine their strategy. We promote peer learning and collaboration, and we help co-creating long-lasting solution for the greater good. Each of you will have the opportunity to develop the different modules after each webinar that will be held by the lecturers. In the platform. So you can actually structure your different hypotheses, and then you can actually get feedback from your assigned mentors, and at the same time from all the different stakeholders that you identify as key for your ventures, and that can participate in the mentoring and validation process. So our vision for this program, I think it's really important to give you some context, is that one of the common denominator for all the people that are really joining this program is that there is a shared sensibility about what are the kind of problems, local or global, that are affecting our society, and all of us are somehow driven to actually make a change for the better. At the same time, it's interesting because since the financial crisis, we really noticed that just a classic charity model for solving and tackling global problem has a limitation. And because of the financial crisis in 2008, we're talking about over 100,000 non-profit organizations that failed. So it's interesting because it does come a time in which we can really hope to build a new paradigm for business, in which we try to achieve the triple bottom line of economic viability, environmental quality, and social equity. And so, as Einstein said, we have to learn the rules of the game, and then we need to play better than anyone else. At the same time, we have been training entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs in 16 countries, over 500 of them, and I can tell you that as the latest statistics from Forbes say, many of them they fail, most of them they fail. The one that actually succeed, they end up changing their initial idea in order to actually find a sustainable model. And for social enterprise, we do really not have official statistics about how many organizations are actually failing. But what we know is that when you're coping with customers, but also beneficiaries, and beyond the classic business objective, you also have social mission objectives that you really want to achieve, that doesn't make anything easier. So we can definitely say that the statistics might be even worse. Why is this happening? It's a little bit related to the old way of doing business, in which we imagine before people used to think that it's enough to have an idea, a plan, then you actually go for fundraising, you implement, and you succeed. And we simply discover that it doesn't work in this way. So one of the main things that we want to show with this program is that there is a course for each entrepreneur or social entrepreneur, which is the one of working in condition of extreme uncertainty, that compared to traditional strategic planning, in which you have historic data about what you want to achieve and how this is gonna work. In your case, many things about your work are based on assumptions. So one of the main objectives of this program is to help each of the organization to understand that they are not a micro corporation, and that until they really become an established large organization, there are going to be many different assumptions regarding the value that they provide for beneficiaries and for customers, product market fit, that regards the searching phase of the company. So it's important that actually the company doesn't think that it needs tons of money, a dream team, and super sophisticated equipment to succeed. And we're going to try to teach to actually work with minimum resources in order to achieve the greatest impact. So at the end of the day, what we want to do is that we want to actually refine your lean game. We want to make sure that throughout the program, we manage to identify all the key assumptions of your project. We manage to find effective way to test those assumptions. And then if those assumptions are validated, we keep on testing. If some assumptions are not validated, we keep pivoting the business until we get to an investment proposition that is credible and that investors might want to go through and contact you afterwards. So we're going to be working in the most lean way as possible. So the last concept that I would like to share before I share my screen and I show you a little bit how the platform works is that you have, of course, the choice to only work with your assigned mentor, or you have the opportunity to actually decide to engage stakeholders. And so identifying all those people that really matter to what you're doing, that might be beneficiaries, customers, advisors, suppliers, employees, partners, and so on, invite them to actually follow your activity and make sure that they can provide feedback and value throughout the program. So about the platform, I have prepared a really short intro tutorial to help you understand how we're going to be using the platform and how to get started right now until the next week, in which we're going to have the first webinar. So the very first thing that we recommend is to complete your profile. So that you can add your profile picture. If you have already written a short bio in the SDSN community, please copy paste it in your profile, and then make sure that you have all your skills and interests up to date. So I'm gonna use Ruxandra's profile in order to show you this. So as you can see, like in your profile, which you can actually reach from the top right of the page, clicking on my profile, you can click on edit, and then you can change all the information about who you are, your interests, and your skills. And this is important because in many conversations, it's possible to actually source people depending on the skills needed in that particular challenge or debate. So in case you might at some point have a challenge that is needed, you might receive a notification telling you, hey, here is an interesting discussion that you might want to join. Okay. Then, creating your venture. Creating your venture is something that you need to do from the Investment Readiness Program community. And I know some of you have already created the venture in the platform. Fortunately, you guys needed to wait until now because we were still fixing the calendar. So we're gonna ask you to actually create your venture profile starting now. All you need to do is opening the Investment Readiness Program community, click on projects, and then click on create new. I'm gonna show you now. So, Investment Readiness Program Community, you click on Projects, you click on Create New, and then you can actually start creating your venture profile. Next, inviting your network once you have created your venture. So, as I was telling you, it's really important that you try to get as much feedback as possible before you show your investment proposition to investors. So if you can actually start identifying different stakeholders that you might want to invite, all that you need to do is that once you are in your venture, you click on network, and then you click on invite new members. And all you need to do is make sure that you just make a distinction between the people that you want to invite as part of your team and the people that you want to invite as stakeholders to provide you feedback. So you can invite people as either from the platform or straight away via email. That's up to you. Yes, so there you see the two steps. Invite your network and then type their email address and send. Then follow the plan. So the order through which we're going to be working is the following. So you're going to guys attend a webinar every week. Then you can actually come back to the platform to do your assignment, and then you can get feedback from the mentor and the different stakeholders that you have invited in the platform, or give feedback to other peers. It's really easy. I'm confident that you all can make it. So just wait for the webinar before you complete the assignment for that particular topic. That's it. There is nothing else. And then regarding the assignment, your assignment are going to be present in the overview tab of your venture. And you simply see here the project plan with the different dates for the different assignment that you need to complete. So there you go. So you can see here this project plan with all the different tasks of what you need to do. The task that for which the deadline has not started yet is not yet clickable. However, those tasks that you can actually start working on, you can simply click on Start. After you click on Start, you are redirected to the Business Model tab, in which you have this light blue tutorial that explains you exactly what you need to do. So, for example, when was the project started, what is the story behind it, what was achieved so far. You simply need to complete this paragraph, write all the information and answer to all the questions that you actually see in the tutorial. Then once you're done, you simply click on Task Done. Once you have done that, so let me finish like that, very well. Then all the mentors and the stakeholders that you have invited to follow your project will simply see your answer, that hopefully will be a little bit more complex than this one, and will have the opportunity to provide feedback to your answer. Okay. And webinars and Q&A. So at the end of each webinar, there will be a place in the platform, in the community, which is this tab discussion, in which you can find a discussion with the lecturer that held the webinar, and you can actually participate in those discussions so that you can actually ask any question, or you can actually share any remark, or you can actually share your doubts in case something was not clear, and you will have a direct communication with the lecturer. There we go. Once in the community, you click on discussion, you find the Q&A with the mentor, and you can actually start sharing your question or your comments here. Yeah, we've seen pretty much everything, so we reached the Q&A session. So if there was something that was not clear, if I went too quick on something, that's your occasion to actually tell me now. Okay, so okay, what I can say is that if you do not have any question now, that's not a problem. We have recorded this video, so we're going to be able to actually post it in the community. For those that couldn't make it right now, they can still watch it later. In case you have any question that comes up later, you can still go into the discussion tab and open the discussion about this webinar, and you can ask your questions there. Okay, then it was a really first great and silent webinar. I hope the message went through clearly. I'm looking forward to get started, and I'm really happy that we have the opportunity to work together on this program. So thank you so much for your attention, and I wish you a great day ahead. Bye-bye.